Listen up, because this is going to hit like a lightning bolt to your soul. Rewiring your entire goddamn operating system. You're standing at the edge of a precipice, aren't you? Teetering between the old bullshit stories that you've been telling yourself and a vibrant, pulsating reality where you're magnetic, unstoppable, and radiating pure, unfiltered charisma. What if you could flip that switch right now? What if every belief you've clung to, those heavy, rusted chains of doubt, fear and control, could melt away into a torment of freedom, joy and raw primal power? Let's dive into the chaos of your mind, swirl it around, and rebuild it to something extraordinary. Picture this. You're walking into a room and heads turn. Not because you're trying, but because your energy is a fucking supernova. Big, bright, bold, playful, and impossible to ignore. You're not just confident. You're a goddamn force of nature, drawing people in like moths to a flame. How do you already do this? Think about it. That moment when you crack a joke, and the room lights up with laughter, boom, you're already charismatic. That time you helped a friend through a rough patch, listening with every fibre of your being. That's you being loving, caring, magnetic. You already do this shit. But what if you cranked it up? What if you leaned into that natural spark and let it blaze? Let's break it down, chunk it up, chunk it down, like a scientist dissecting the universe itself. Your beliefs, they're the code running your reality. Science backs this. Neuroplasticity, it shows your brain waves rewire based on what you focus on. Focus on fear and your amygdala lights up like a fucking Christmas tree, pumping stress hormones, keeping you small. But focus on curiosity, on possibility. Your prefrontal cortex kicks in, sparking creativity, problem solving and resilience. You're not just thinking, you're sculpting your reality, neuron by neuron. So why the hell would you let limiting beliefs like, I'm not enough, or I need to control everything, run the show? Those are just old tapes, looping from some past trauma or bullshit societal condition. Fuck that noise. You're enough right now. Always have been, always will be. Imagine you're a river flowing effortlessly, carving canyons through stone. That's you when you let go of control. Control's a trap, isn't it? You think it keeps you safe, but it's a cage. Science says it, perfectionism and over-control, they spike cortisol, fuck up your mental health and alienate people. You've felt it, that tightness in your chest, when you're micromanaging every detail, afraid to let go. But what happens when you loosen your grip? You delegate a task and it gets done. Maybe not your way, but it works. You let a conversation flow and suddenly you're laughing, connecting, magnetic. You're already doing this in small ways, like when you trust a friend to pick the restaurant, or when you let a project unfold without obsessing. That's freedom, that's power. Why is this so damn important? Because your energy is contagious. Mirror neurons, real science shit. Prove people mimic your vibe. Walk in with joy, playfulness, confidence, and others feel it. They reflect it back. You're a walking fucking contagion of charisma. But cling to fear, doubt, control. You're spreading anxiety like a virus. You've seen it. That colleague who's always stressed, barking orders, kills the vibe. Don't be that guy. Be the one who lights up the room, who makes people feel seen, heard, alive. That's rapport, that's influence, that's you. Pacing their reality, matching their energy, their values, then leading them to something better. You do this already when you cheer someone up or inspire a friend. Now imagine doing it consciously, effortlessly, every damn day. But why are you afraid? Let's get real. You're scared of looking like a fool, of being judged, of fucking up. That's your limbic system screaming, danger, stay safe. It's the old wiring from caveman days, when rejection meant death. But you're not in a cave anymore. You're in a world where authenticity is a fucking superpower. Science says vulnerability builds trust. Oxytocin floods the brain when you're real, raw, open. So why hide? You're scared because you've bought into the lie that you need approval. Bullshit. Self-approval is the only currency that matters. Forgive yourself for the past fuck-ups. Forgive others for theirs. That's not weakness, it's liberation. You're already doing this when you let go of a grudge or laugh off a mistake. Do it more. Watch your life transform. Let's weave a story. You're a captain on a ship, sailing through a storm. Control says, grip the wheel, fight the wave. But wisdom, it says dance with the storm. Adjust the sails, trust the crew. You're already this captain. When you adapt to a curveball at work, or pivot when plans go to shit. Now imagine doing it with joy, with curiosity, like a kid exploring a new playground. That's resilience. That's growth. Polya patterns of plausibility. Problem solving through exploration. Say you don't need all the answers. Just start. Try shit. Fail, learn, repeat. Every failure is feedback, not a dead end. Science confirms it. Growth mindset rewires your brain for success. Fuck perfection. Momentum is king. What happens if you don't do this? You stay stuck. Looping in the same tired patterns. Control, fear, self-doubt. You push people away, burn out, and wonder why life feels like a slog. Karma's a bitch. What you put out, you get back. Cling to control and chaos finds you. Suppress emotion and they fester, fucking up your health. Cortisol spikes, immune system tanks. But embrace these beliefs. You're a magnet for opportunity. You take action and luck follows. Science calls it the opportunity bias. Optimists who act create their own breaks. You're already doing this when you say yes to a new challenge or smile at a stranger and spark a connection. Do it more. Watch doors fly open. Let's flip it. Imagine you're a painter and your life is a canvas. Every belief, every action is a brushstroke. All beliefs paint grey, rigid lines, safe but boring. These new beliefs, they're vibrant, bold, fucking electric. You paint with confidence, splashing curiosity and playfulness across the canvas. You're already doing this when you try a new hobby or laugh through a mistake. Now imagine every day as a masterpiece where challenges, they're just new colours to play with. Reframe fear as excitement. Same adrenaline, different story. Your heart races before a big moment. That's not panic. It's your body saying, let's fucking go. Science backs it. Reframing emotions, it shifts your brain's response, turning stress into fuel. What's the cost of not changing? You stay small, trapped in a cycle of what-ifs and should-haves. You miss out on love, connection, success, because you're too busy controlling the uncontrollable. But embrace these beliefs, and your life becomes a fucking adventure. You're curious, asking questions, learning, from every moment. You're playful, turning mundane shit into magic. You're driven not by fear, but by passion. You're already doing this when you lose yourself in a project that you love. Or make someone's day with a kind word. Do it more. Watch your relationships deepen, your confidence soar, your life expand. Let's get sciencey. Your brain is a network. 100 billion neurons, firing based on your beliefs. Old patterns, like needing control. They're just neural ruts. But neuroplasticity says you can carve new paths, act with confidence, and your brain strengthens those circuits. Smile and dopamine floods your system, making you feel good and magnetic. Mirror someone's energy and rapport builds. Mirror neurons fire, creating instant connection. You're already doing this when you vibe with a friend or inspire a team. Now do it consciously. Pace their reality, match their tone, their values. Then lead them to joy, to possibility. That's influence, that's power. Why do you get stuck? Because you're a human. Past failures, harsh words, or chaos taught you to play small, to control, to hide. Those are just stories, not truth. You're not that kid who got laughed at, or that adult who fucked up. You're a creator, a force, a fucking alchemist turning pain into power. You're already forgiving yourself when you let go of a mistake, or try again after a setback. Do it more. Forgive others. Release the weight. Science says forgiveness lowers stress, boosts immunity, frees your mind. Karma says it clears the path for abundance. What's the alternative? You keep suppressing emotions and they explode. Anxiety, regret. You keep controlling and life feels like a fucking prison. Or you let go. You embrace uncertainty like a lover. Dance with it. Laugh with it. You're already doing this when you say, fuck it, let's try. And you jump into something. Do it more. Watch your life become a playground, not a battlefield. You're curious, charismatic, carefree. Because you know reality mirrors your energy. You're enough. You're fucking unstoppable. So what's it going to be? Stay stuck? Or step into this new reality? You're already halfway there. Every smile, every bold move, every moment of connection proves it. Take action. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Science says it works. Karma says it pays off. Your life is waiting to be a fucking masterpiece. Paint it bold. Paint it now.